The shutter timer error in a telecoupled unit is very important and needs to be measured and applied accurately. In this video, a very brief and collective discussion is presented, so watch the video till the end. For more information, please follow the references given in the description below. The shutter timer error was first mentioned in AAPM TRS 398, and according to the most recent code of practice, IAEA recommended to include the shutter timer error in the treatment time calculation for accurate results. Let's visualize the concept of timer error. In a telecoupled unit, we set the irradiation time in the primary timer. The source moves from the fully shielded position to fully exposed position, delivers the dose for the set time, and returns back to its shielded position. While coming to the beam on position, the output or the exposure rate starts rising from 0 to a steady state. Suppose the time required for this is tau 1. The source will stay in the treatment position for the preset time t and delivers the dose at a steady rate. After the treatment, the source will go back to its initial position and the output or the exposure rate starts falling from a steady state to 0. Suppose the time required for this is tau 2. So you can see now that the irradiation time is slightly higher than the time set. Some of this extra time is called the shutter timer error. Now let's see how we can measure the shutter timer error. To measure the shutter timer error, we will need a water phantom, an ion chamber, and an electrometer. The ion chamber is placed inside a water phantom at a specified depth and connected to the electrometer. According to TRS 398, a depth of 5 cm is recommended. During the irradiation time, ionization occurs in the phantom. The chamber collects the ion and the electrometer measures the number of ions produced in nanocoulomb. There are 4 methods to measure the shutter timer error: the 2-exposure method, the graphical method, the single or double exposure method, and the single or multiple exposure method. In the 2-exposure method, the ionization chamber is exposed 2 times. The one time is for shorter period and the other one is for longer period. In both cases, the output remains same, and using that concept, the timer error is calculated. In the graphical method, the chamber reading or the ionization produced is plotted against different timer settings and a straight line is obtained. The regression line or the best fitted line on the timer axis gives the shutter timer error. In the third method, that is single or double exposure method, the chamber is irradiated for a set time and a meter reading is obtained. Then the set time is divided into 2 and the chamber is irradiated without stopping the electrometer. Using the exposure rate in these two conditions, the timer error is calculated. The single or multiple exposure method is a modification of the third one. Here the total irradiated time is divided into n times and the chamber is exposed accordingly without stopping the electrometer. The shutter timer error is calculated accordingly, but n has a limit of from 2 to 5 according to TRS 398. All these 4 methods are using the concept of constant exposure rate or output of the machine. If we compare these methods, we will get that the 2-exposure method for short duration of exposure will get inaccurate results because of leakage. The graphical method depend on the linear response of the detector, so the results contain more errors. The single or double exposure method eliminates the effect of non-linear response of the detector and gives more consistent results. This method is usually preferred and practiced. Similarly, the single and multiple exposure method also independent of the linear response of the detector and gives a very good statistical uncertainty in results, and the statistical variation can be reduced by increasing the number of n. The results obtained from the measurement should be within a tolerance of plus minus 1% as recommended by IAEA. If it is positive, it should be added, and if it is negative, it should be subtracted. If the shutter timer error is positive, that is the irradiated time is less than the timer setting, the irradiated time or the time elapsed being real is included in the timer, which is just an approximation. Here the timer acts like a measuring instrument. If the shutter timer error is negative, that means the irradiated time is more than the timer set. Here the elapsed time is just an approximation and the timer acts like a setting instrument. So the medical physicist should be aware of measuring and applying the sign convention.